10 things that don't work in the UK anymore. The UK is a land of rich history, iconic traditions, and legendary resilience. But for many living there today, it's clear that certain parts of everyday life just aren't running as smoothly as they once did. From NHS waiting times to UK public transport problems, many things that were once the pride of Britain have started to show signs of wear and strain. This isn't about blame, it's about facing reality with honesty and optimism. So here are 10 things that don't work in the UK anymore, and why recognising them might be the first step to fixing them. 10. Road conditions and potholes. Driving around the UK can feel like an obstacle course. Potholes, crumbling surfaces, and patchwork repairs now define many British roads. According to the RAC, pothole-related damage has become one of the leading causes of breakdowns, with thousands of claims every month. The problem is simple. Maintenance hasn't kept up with wear and tear. Many local councils lack the funding for comprehensive road resurfacing, so they opt for short-term fixes that don't survive a single winter. Some roads are so neglected that even cyclists are choosing alternate routes. Poor road conditions don't just inconvenience drivers, they cost millions in repairs and fuel the public's frustration. It's one of the most visible reminders that something fundamental just isn't working. 9. Recycling and waste management. The UK was once a leader in household recycling, but today, what should be a straightforward, eco-friendly system has become a maze of confusion. Each local authority operates its own set of recycling rules. What one council accepts, another might reject. Some places collect glass, some don't. Food waste? Only in certain boroughs. The result is uncertainty, low recycling rates, and increased contamination of recyclable materials. On top of that, much of the UK's plastic is still being shipped abroad. Recent reports highlight how large quantities of waste are sent overseas with little guarantee they're actually being recycled. Meanwhile, fly tipping has risen by over 20% in some regions. Residents want to do the right thing, but the current system, fragmented and unclear, just doesn't make it easy. 8. Social mobility. Work hard and you'll succeed. That's the promise many grew up with in the UK. But in recent years, social mobility has slowed dramatically. According to the Social Mobility Commission, upward movement in Britain has stalled, particularly outside the southeast. The postcode lottery is real. If you grow up in a disadvantaged area, especially in parts of the north, your chances of accessing top-tier universities or high-paying jobs are far lower than those born into wealthier families. While the UK offers world-class education and industries, access to them remains unequal. This growing divide risks becoming generational. If opportunity depends more on birth than effort, the system no longer supports merit. It protects privilege. 7. Customer service standards. Britain is known for its politeness, but when it comes to modern customer service, the cracks are showing. Whether it's an hour-long wait on the phone, being passed from one department to another, or dealing with unhelpful chatbots, people are losing patience. The issue cuts across sectors: utilities, banking, retail, healthcare, and even public services. One major culprit is understaffing. As companies cut costs or face recruitment challenges, fewer employees are left to serve more people. At the same time, outdated systems, automation, and high turnover have all affected consistency. To be clear, many customer service workers are doing their best, but the overall experience no longer reflects the standards people expect and used to receive. 6. Youth services and public spaces. A decade ago, nearly every UK town had a youth centre, a local library, or a safe public space where teens could hang out, learn, or find support. Today, those spaces are vanishing. According to YMCA and Local Government Association data, over 700 youth centres have closed since 2010. Libraries have cut hours or shut down entirely. Community centres are underfunded or repurposed. Parks are left unmaintained, with broken swings and littered paths. This erosion of safe environments for young people isn't just sad, it's serious. These services play a vital role in crime prevention, education, and mental health. Their absence leaves a generation without support. 5. Postal services. Once a point of national pride, Royal Mail has become another system struggling to cope with modern demands. First-class letters, which used to reliably arrive the next day, now regularly take several days, or don't arrive at all. With the rise in parcel deliveries, letter service has taken a back seat. Staffing shortages, delivery delays, and strike actions have compounded the issue. For those awaiting prescriptions, legal documents, or crucial letters, the unreliability can be more than an inconvenience. It can be disruptive. In many areas, the local postie no longer arrives daily, and red postboxes, those iconic British symbols, feel more decorative than functional. 4. The British High Street. The British High Street is no longer what it used to be. In the past, it was the bustling hub of every town, a place to shop, chat, grab a bite, or simply enjoy being out. But today, it's a shadow of its former self. Online retail giants like Amazon have revolutionized shopping habits. At the same time, rising business rates and energy bills have made it hard for smaller retailers to survive. National chains like Debenhams, Wilko, and BHS have disappeared. In many towns, independent shops have closed down, replaced by charity shops, vape stores, or empty units. Despite efforts to revive high streets with festivals or weekend markets, the shift to digital, combined with economic challenges, has fundamentally changed how we interact with these once vital spaces. 3. NHS waiting times. The NHS remains the jewel in the crown of British public services, but its shine is fading under mounting pressure. Waiting times have reached record highs. Patients can wait weeks just for a GP appointment. Specialist referrals and non-emergency surgeries often take several months, with some exceeding a full year. Emergency departments are overwhelmed. Ambulance response times have slowed. Mental health services, already stretched, face ever-growing demand. Importantly, this is not a criticism of healthcare professionals. Doctors, nurses, and support staff are doing heroic work in tough conditions, but the system itself, underfunded and overburdened, is struggling to function. For a country that pioneered free healthcare, this breakdown is deeply concerning. 2. Affordable housing. Ask any young person in the UK about their future, and you'll likely hear the same concern. Will I ever be able to buy a home? The UK's housing crisis is no longer just a London problem. Across the country, property prices have risen far faster than wages. In cities like Manchester, Bristol, and Edinburgh, even modest flats are now out of reach for average earners. In rural areas, second home buyers and holiday lets are pricing locals out of their own communities. Renting isn't much better. Monthly costs are soaring, and rental properties are snapped up within days, sometimes hours, of being listed. Add to that long waiting lists for social housing, and it's clear. The system meant to provide shelter and stability is failing the people who need it most. 1. Public transport reliability. And at number 1, public transport reliability in the UK. Once a source of national efficiency, it's now one of the biggest headaches for daily commuters. Train cancellations, delayed services, and overcrowded carriages are now part of the daily grind. Strike action across rail services has caused ongoing disruption. Meanwhile, in rural communities, bus routes have been reduced or removed entirely, cutting people off from jobs, education, and healthcare. Even in cities, aging infrastructure and inconsistent timetables make travel feel more chaotic than convenient. Ticket prices continue to climb, Yet service levels don't match the cost. Public transport is supposed to be the lifeblood of a connected nation, but right now it feels more like an unreliable gamble. These 10 things that don't work in the UK anymore aren't signs of failure. They're signs of a country in transition. The systems may be strained, but they're not beyond repair. By acknowledging what's broken, Britain has a chance to rebuild stronger, fairer, and smarter, because progress begins with truth. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.